Hello बच्चों, welcome to the money method once again. So yesterday what we had discussed? We had discussed that express each of the t ratio in a form of what? Cot theta. Today what we are going to do? Today we are going to express each of the t ratio in a form of sec theta. Okay. So what is the question of the day is express each of the t ratio in the form of sec theta. Okay, so let us come to the solution. So as we know that when we are going to use the t ratio in class 10, so when we have a right angle triangle, so let us consider a right angle triangle. Okay, let us consider a right angle triangle ABC and name this angle C to be theta. Now coming to the solution. In solution, we will suppose let what sec theta is going to be equal to what? X. Now what is the formula of sec theta according to the t ratio? We know that the formula of sec theta is h by what? B is equal to what? We can write x by 1. Okay, now let h is equal to x and b is equal to 1. So what we had supposed? We had supposed that the hypotenuse is going to be equal to x and the base is going to be equal to 1. So as we know that trigonometry, we can use the trigonometry in a form of right angle triangle. So using what? Pythagoras theorem. Using Pythagoras theorem, that is p square plus b square is equal to what? H square. What is p square? We don't know about the p square. What is base? Base is going to be 1 square. And what is going to be the hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is going to be x square. Now we can find out the p square plus 1 is going to be x square. So p square is equal to x square minus 1. So p is equal to root under x square minus 1. That is clear to everyone. So we had got the value of p. P is equal to what? Root under x square minus 1. So let us come to the all the t ratio. We had got the value of p, b and h. It means perpendicular base and the hypotenuse. Now let us come to the sine theta. Firstly, we know about the sine theta. That is that the formula of sine theta according to t ratio is p by h. What is perpendicular for us? That is root under x square minus 1 divided by what? What is hypotenuse? That is x. So how we are going to write it down? Now the value of x we are supposed to be sec theta. So at the place of x we are going to put this value sec theta. So how we are going to write? This will become sec square theta minus 1 divided by what? Sec theta. Now what we have done? We have converted the sine theta in a form of what? Sec theta. It is clear to everyone. Now coming to the cos theta. So what is cos theta? We know that this is b by h. Now what is base for us? That is 1. What is h? H means hypotenuse, that is x. Now 1 by what we had got the value of x. X we had supposed that is sec theta. So it is going to be sec theta. And we know that sec theta is the reciprocal of cos theta. It is proved. Now coming to the next, that is tan theta. We know that it is p by b. What is perpendicular by base? What is perpendicular value? That is root under x square minus 1. And what is base? That is equal to 1. So coming to the root under, we know that the value of x is going to be sec theta. So it will become sec square theta minus 1. Are you getting my point? Now coming to the next term, what we are going to do? Now cosec theta. What is cosec theta? It is h by what? P. What is hypotenuse for us? That is x. And what is perpendicular? It is going to be root under x square minus 1. So what is x over here? We know that the value of x is sec theta and the value of x square is going to be sec square theta minus 1. And the last one is cot theta. Cot theta. We know that this is going to be b by p. What is base for us? That is 1. What is p for us? That is root under x square minus 1. So let us put this value. This is going to be root under what? Root under x square means sec square theta and minus 1. So what we had done? We had expressed each of the t ratio in a form of what? Sec theta. we have to continue this process in all the t ratio. If the question is given that they express each of the following t ratio in a form of sec theta, or whether it is cosec theta, or whether it is sin theta, tan theta, what we have to suppose? We have to suppose that t ratio in a form of that is equal to going to be x. And as we know, in class 10 we are going to use this trigonometry in a right angle triangle. From that, if we had got the two value, we can find out the third value by using the Pythagoras theorem. As we had used the Pythagoras theorem, we had got the third value. We will find out all the t ratio in a form of perpendicular by base or perpendicular by hypotenuse, whatever the formula of the particular t ratio. And we are going to put this t ratio value, and lastly what we had supposed the value of x, we are going to put this value in our equation. By that we can derive all the t ratio in a particular t ratio. Are you getting my point? So this is the question of the day, whether it is asked whether express each of the t ratio in a form of what, sec theta, whether it is cosec theta or any. What we are going to suppose? We are going to suppose this t ratio in a form of that is equal to x. And remember, this question consists of 3 marks, and it is very important question. This is an important question for your board examination, even every board, whether it is your Jharkhand board or Bihar board or any other board or CBSE. CBSE, the most important question of this question is in a CBSE board. It is clear? Hope so. It is clear to everyone. Okay. Please do subscribe and like my channel, Money Method. Thank you for the day.